All right. Well,
Let's
I guess we're
go.
live.
I'm not
Hey,
sure.
what's going
I'm not
on?
sure if the intro worked or not, but here we are. Welcome everybody to
Let's do it again.
new and old. We'll do it again. You want to do it again?
Sure.
Let's do it again. Okay. All right. There we go. It's a proper introduction.
Yes.
That was a bit of a deja vu moment for me. I don't know.
Things. You share me.
I'm old, and this is McGillney. He's new, and we have the Bearded Barbarian. We have L of the JKL. Awesome. And we have
Also
Pop
new.
Pete all with
I'm
us
also
today.
new.
And also new. and today we are going to talk about travel because we originally were going to do this podcast. This is the habit. Sorry, we were originally going to do this live right when we got back from Alaska. Like it was like we landed from home. We landed home from Alaska, and like the next day we were going to do one, and then it didn't work out that we could do it. Something happened, we couldn't do it, and then we got pushed back to last week. In which I want to thank somebody who for stepping up for us last week at the last minute. Yep, Barbarian. Yep, and we had some issues with the family and scheduling and all that stuff that came up at the last minute. My parents just moved here, et cetera, and it was not conducive to having a live. So here we are trying to make up for it this week. All the while, the theme has been to travel. So I want to thank everybody for being here. Nadia in the house. Nadia, I still have to mail your sodas, Nadia.
I still have to mail her box too.
Listen, how are you guys struggling to mail to Canada?
Even Chase has to mail something to
Nadia,
her.
they're lying to you.
Nadia's in
Never
Canada, isn't
going
it?
to get these things.
Yeah, she is in Canada. Yes, she's going to get inundated with packages. All of a sudden, it's going to be like Christmas.
Oh, God. Yeah, there you go.
This guy's name is Crazy Scottish Pop Collector.
Yeah, we know Crazy Scottish.
Yeah, that's
Kevin. There he is.
Oh,
Kevin.
hi.
Oh, hey, sorry. That's what I was looking for.
I know him East Station.
Yes. How much is? Hey, speaking of which, Vincent, I got to get you your pop. Can you hand me the crows, please, right here? The anime pop, right there, dude. If it was a snake, it would bite you in the face. Thank you.
If it was a snake, it would bite you in the face.
Yeah,
I'm gonna steal that. That is so fantastic. That is amazing.
He has a tendency to be like, hey, it's right there. It's like the backpack. It's like at his feet, and he's like, where?
It's like story of my life.
Right. So it's like, dude, just freaking look. Okay. So
Language.
I said freaking.
He said freaking.
We're talking about travel this episode, and our first question, going to go around the room, and we're going to start abroad.
Oh.
So, Vincent, what is your favorite place that you
called Vincent abroad?
I did.
I'm the ugliest broad you'll ever meet. But anyway, so listen, moving on. Listen, I've hardly traveled in my life, right? Be it to various reasons. I'm not going to get too sappy about it right now. I don't want to ruin the show too much. But when I traveled a year to Ireland, it was literally the second time I put my feet into an aeroplane. So literally like my second trip in a plane moving to Ireland, 13-hour trip, 14 hour, what is it?
Yeesh.
14-hour trip, a 9-hour, a layover of 6 hours, and then a 5-hour. So you can see I'm not in a hurry to travel anywhere right now.
Bearded Bar.
Yeah, so traveling abroad, I don't have much experience, but I can tell you places where I would like to go.
We're going to get to that. To that.
As to say favorite places I've ever visited, I'm going to have to say because I came here to live, so it's got to be kind of...
That's fair.
You know what I mean? So in regards to actually many places, I can't give a very big variety.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, though, for those of us that are stateside and don't know European geography. How close are things from where you're at? Like, is it like a train ride away, or is it like, how is it,
Yeah, you have like a bodega down the block.
I think I think it's perfect that Barbarian's not here because we're going to get into the whole borders thing again. And it's gonna be all shit.
I hope you did hear it.
No, literally, listen. To put in perspective, right? I can wake up in the morning. I can decide I want to have lunch in France.
Okay.
If you understand what I'm saying. If that puts perspective in, if you're asking what I'm saying, like how close is everything around?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I can. It costs. it costs under $50 for a ticket to France. You literally can. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a stone throws away practically. So,
Wow.
like if I decided you can go.
Yeah.
Obviously,
really
with
cool.
That's pretty nice.
you got a set amount of countries that's within easier travel route.
Mhm.
That you don't need specialized visas and special this and this. You can literally just hop on a plane, go
Yeah.
to lunch, come back, and that sort of thing. So if I were to
Wow.
say, because I'm in process of immigrating to Ireland still, right? I still have to apply for citizenship and all that crap.
Mhm.
Once I've got that and everything of that's finalized, if I want to say, okay, I want to go to Spain to go pop hunting, I can for the day, and I can film it. I'll say I was in Spain yesterday, without it having to be a massive journey.
That's
If you know what I'm
incredible.
saying, like. So yeah,
Nice.
I'm spoiled for choices, and that's also maybe why I'm not in a hurry to.
No, I get that. I get that. I mean, I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area out in California, and I can tell you that I went to Alcatraz Island when I was a kid on like a school trip or something. And then I saw the Golden Gate Bridge, which was out of the way for our route. It was Bay Bridge, so the Golden Gate Bridge was out of the way. Like you had to make a point to go that way. And I went there once in my life. I think my parents took me there for some reason when I was like 8 or 9, and I didn't go back until I was 23. And I had a friend visiting from New Jersey who'd never been, and so all of a sudden I found myself touristing these places, but they're all right in my backyard, and that's why I didn't go see them because I took them for granted, So I totally get that. JKL, let's go with you. You're a New Yorker. What is your?
New
I don't know what accent that is. Where's the favorite place you've been, sir?
That was actually very well done. Yeah.
Thanks.
The favorite place I have been is in my bed under the covers. But if you want to talk about some place I've traveled, Puerto Rico. I freaking love Puerto Rico. Some of my family is from there. It's right next to St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, and that's where my mom's side of the family is from. So it's kind of like a place that they're familiar with. But I've been there twice. The second time I went was actually honeymoon with my wife, which I was surprised she chose to go there because she knows I love Hispanic women. So you're gonna take me to a place where there's a bunch of Hispanic women, like.
She was testing your faith, bro.
That's right.
Sure was.
Exactly what she was doing.
And took me to just about every beach on the island. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, definitely.
But,
yeah,
we had a great time. But
I
love it. It was fun. We went up a mountain with no railing, with a road about this wide that goes both directions. It was scary as all get out, but in the rainforest. We went to the bad neighborhoods and just kind of drove through them. We didn't stop because we were like, we're not going to get taken hostage. Went to a lot of the restaurants that served the authentic Hispanic food. It was so good. Nothing like what you get here in New York.
I'll bet it's I bet you can taste the authenticity.
Yeah. No, it's so authentic. They literally have live chickens walking around the restaurant. Like you'll be sitting there eating your meal and a chicken walks past. You're like, okay. I guess that's.
Will you be eating chicken when the chicken is walking by?
Yeah, like are you eating their cousin? Is that why they're walking by and taunting you? Like, hey,
they're probably running by once they see you eating their cousin.
But it was awesome. We went over to this private island that's part of the bigger island, and like it was awesome. It's such a beautiful place. I loved it. I would probably live there if I could. It was so
really.
Good. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get to that question later too. Barbarian, what is the very place you visited, sir?
I don't really like traveling. I don't like learning about other cultures or meeting people. So I'm not really a huge
points are
traveler.
very on brand.
I'm sorry.
So the last 2 points you made are very on brand.
That's good. Yeah, I didn't intend for them to be on brand. It's just but I probably when I did travel, I've enjoyed traveling to Las Vegas. That's always I'm actually going to a conference at the end of this month in Las Vegas because I really enjoy going there, not just to gamble or the debauchery. Those are good things too. But there's a lot of things to do there. I actually got engaged in front of the fountains of Bellagio. So
really?
They bring back. Oh yes,
nice.
Yep.
Yes,
There was a whole group of Oriental folks standing in front of me as I spoke to my wife and asked her, and if she hadn't said no, I said, well, there's a bunch of other Oriental ladies. I could pick one of them. It would have been fun. Not that she's Oriental, but she squints a lot. So, but anyway, but I did enjoy. I do enjoy Las Vegas, but I've been to some other places too. There's a lot. It's one of those types of things. It's I have to be in the right kind of mood. I used to love going places where there's a lot of things to do, but then I've become very lazy and I don't really want to do anything now. So, but one of those things where it's like
sometimes it's the best vacations though when you're lazy and you feel comfortable in a place though.
Right,
like a cruise. That's
yeah, like exactly. A cruise is a fun vacation too. You just start sitting around and you're eating 24/7. You know what I mean?
How would
That's
that work
really
with your how would that work with your current fasting diet there, Barbara?
I assume it would crush it. I mean, I would assume I would gain. I would have to bring a whole. I had to wear a muumuu the entire time I was there.
Start from scratch.
So.
All right, Chase, you joined the party. Welcome, brother. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, thank you, sir. I'm doing good.
What is the favorite place you visited, sir? You're a world traveler.
Where's the what? Wait, what was the question again?
Favorite place?
It's just like
favorite place that I've I'm gonna go with Chicago.
Okay.
I would see Tampa versus the Bears. Went and visited my boy Tony. Some of the best food. The people were delightful. I mean, I hadn't had so much fun in just a random I guess it was a mini vacation. I was there for 4 days. And yeah, I'm going to check out.
You didn't get murdered, so that's a real highlight. You know what I'm saying? When you're visiting the murder capital of the world,
well,
I mean, that does have a tendency to be a
murder capital.
People tend to walk the other way when they see me anyway, so I'm usually good word no matter where I go. But I've done the Vegas thing, and it was okay. It was okay, but I wasn't enjoying myself as much.
You lost money. Okay, all right. Well, you couldn't pay the mortgage. When you
I couldn't remember half of it too. So
people do.
That's part of it.
That's the best part.
People do lose money. McGinley, what is your favorite place you visited, sir?
We both have the same thing.
We do, and it is
Alaska.
Yeah.
All
right. Great.
Yeah, it's just,
go there now if you can afford it.
There are some people that don't like cold weather. I totally get that. If that's you,
oh yeah,
don't bother. You go in the summer and do the touristy thing and be done. But we're cold weather people, and so we've been in the spring and the fall, not in the summer or the winter. So the two extremes, the extreme beautiful and the extreme cold, we've not experienced. But we have got a mixture of the two in the spring and fall, and it was absolutely tremendous. And so I would move there tomorrow if I could. But
okay. Heck yeah.
All right. Moving on to the next question, we have the two places you want to go that you haven't been. And Chase, you joined late, so you get to draw that card. What are the two places you've been? Excuse me, two places that you want to go but have not been yet. Money is no object, so it's not like I can't. It's just whatever.
I'll hit the lottery and then go to
right. Exactly.
Australia would be the first.
Okay, good, solid answer.
I'll go to Australia, and I was just always fascinated by the whole cultural thing with Australia. They're just separate from most of. And then the second would be England. Hail to England! I would love to go to England and try to trace like heritage and stuff, and go through England and maybe into Ireland.
That's pretty good. Go see Vincent while you're up there.
Yeah.
Nice segue. Vincent, where are the two places you'd like to go that you have not?
Unbelievable. Thanks a lot,
Vincent is in Ireland.
He's I had to go and do that.
My Irish brother up there.
England and Ireland are right next to each other.
My Floridian cousin would come visit me.
Floridian cousin.
Yes. Irish cousin.
Yeah. Two places I would definitely say Japan. Obviously, being a big anime fan and just going to go see the sites in Japan, of course, I'll be blown away, I'm sure. Obviously, being a wrestling fan, I would love to be stateside for a WrestleMania week. Right? Just soak in all the wrestling. Like, when it's WrestleMania weekend, it's like literally from Monday till Sunday, just wrestling. And just seeing the sites, seeing the wrestlers would be awesome.
So this is a very ignorant question because I don't follow wrestling as much. Was SummerSlam not in Nashville this summer?
It was actually recently.
Okay, I'm just extending this as an olive branch. Once you have a place to stay, if it's ever in Nashville again, you can come down and hang out.
Thank you, sir.
It'll save you hundreds of dollars on your trip
You'll stay.
For sure, they're having a place to stay. So just worry about the flight.
Yeah,
Come
definitely,
on down,
like-
hang out. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I've
tell
always
you right
wanted
now,
to go for that anyway.
If WrestleMania
taco.
ever comes back to New York, don't bother coming to my house.
Unbelievable.
Your friendship only
listen.
lasts through Pop Topic.
Listen.
That's it.
This is
You
how I
you have
know
an
he got
open
hacked.
invitation.
This is how I know he got
You have a-
hacked. He's
you have an open
traumatized, guys.
invitation,
He's
bro.
traumatized us.
Out of all the people on the screen, you're the only one with an open invitation. The rest of you guys better
Hey.
tell me before you.
Oh,
Oh,
it was-
barbarian!
It was-
No, you
it
don't
was a
know.
very
from
good save.
downstairs.
Wait,
That was a very
just
good
so you
save.
know, I don't need an invitation. I'm just gonna show up.
I'm telling
I
you
can
right
find
now,
out where you
I'm gonna be on my porch looking at you like, what are you doing down there? Good to see
Buzz
you.
me in.
He's gonna stay for one night, and you're gonna miss 10 Funko Pops the next morning.
Yeah,
You're gonna see a grappling hook. Get Batman up the side of your.
Although I would like to see Barbarian walk up the wall. That'd be fun.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Adam West
I don't
style.
see me doing
Adam
that.
West
I don't see
style.
All I'm going to do is you
JKL.
show up with a pizza. If you show up to an apartment building with a
Oh,
pizza, somebody's going to let you.
Disguise.
Okay,
I'd let you
so
in.
that's
I
just
would
let
let you
people
in.
know.
That's
If you want to
very
break into an apartment building, show up with a pizza and push a bunch of buttons. Somebody will let you in the building.
I have a
Yeah,
Funko
that's
box
true.
for JKL. It's just a
I-
Funko. Let him in.
No
Actually,
question.
no,
I'll let you in.
I
You
can
shut up
see
my door with a
him.
pizza. I'd be like, "Come on in, buddy." Yeah, that's
I live in
totally
a
fine.
two-story house, so.
But I can
there's no
picture
apartment.
like Barbarian would be the last person you say, make yourself at home. And because you would go to JKL's Star Wars collection and you would say,
It's just on
well,
tape.
that would look nice in my
Nice in
home.
my
And you
home,
would take
yeah.
it off. That would look nice in my home.
All right. So two
JKL,
places.
what are the two
I
You
would
don't
places
have to
like go
say
that I
make
haven't
yourself
been.
at home. I'm
Um,
going to make myself home.
Yeah.
2 places you want to go that you have not
Well,
been.
the first place, he already mentioned Japan. I'd love to go to Japan just to
Okay.
experience the life and the culture. The place I want to go the most that is on my bucket list. Hopefully, I get to is Thailand. I would love to go to
All right.
Thailand.
Okay.
The whole culture and the Buddhist culture over there is really big, and I'm into Buddhism. I'm not a Buddhist, but I like the philosophy and all that stuff. Kind of how I live my life, and I would just love to go experience it. And I heard it's beautiful there too. And people say it's cheap too. Like you can really live over there off of a small salary for what we get here. So maybe when I retire, I'll go to Thailand,
Okay,
hang out for a couple of years.
that's
Go
a
that one
phenomenal
parade where they
answer.
blast everybody with colored powder. Is that the same? Same
Barbarian.
Thing?
I
I don't
cannot
think
wait
that's
for your
okay.
answer, sir. You got 2 places you want to go that you've never been. Unless he just froze. Did he freeze again?
No, he's
No,
thinking
he's
hard.
moving
He's
around.
thinking
Okay,
hard.
Gave you more than enough time. Listen, I
Yeah.
left and came back.
I know, but you can't do dramatic pauses on Zoom because everyone thinks, "Oh no,
Yeah, right. Like,
frozen." I do see blinking.
Well,
so.
is my turn? It's my
Yes,
turn,
your
right?
turn.
Yes.
sir.
My turn. Okay.
2
There are
places.
places where I've never been. I don't really like going places I've never been before. So, I don't know. I'd probably want to go to Scotland, but I really wouldn't. I'd hate being there, but I probably would want to go. Okay, so it's where my family is. Ross Castle's in Scotland, so I'd want to visit that. Make myself at home, put my feet up on the furniture, etc.
You can't do
And
that
then
when
I
you're
would
wearing a
sit on
probably
the
want.
throne.
You're wearing a kilt. And he's putting his feet on the front.
Yeah, I'm wearing a kilt. You got to be careful when you have a kilt when you put your feet up. Anyway, so I would do that, and then probably Italy. Again, I'm part Italian, part
good
Scottish,
call.
so just to check out
Great food.
Italy and yeah, the food, of course. You know what I'm saying? Get myself a pizza pie. But I'd complain the whole time because I'd be looking for like a Pizza Hut or a Domino's while I was there. So just like, and then people speaking another language, that would infuriate me. I would be like, I'm one of those Americans that everyone hates because I'm like, I don't understand you. Sorry, I start shouting at the other person, something like that. So
Just talking louder
you
helps.
just talk loud, and then they'll understand. You speak loud, and they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, yes. Those would be the places I probably want to visit. My rip wife really wants to go to Europe, but I just like we went to Disney, went in that around the world there. That's good enough. I mean, it's just,
You've been to every
Good
country,
enough.
right? And you've been to Vegas.
and when I was in Italy in that one part of Disney, I wanted to be back in America. Okay, I was just like, can we get through this? Really, it's too much.
Oh my God.
You are the American that would go over there and be like,
Oh God.
right, like raising your voice in English, like that makes it any easier to
Oh,
understand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
There would be an incident. There would be an international incident, like where people wouldn't be allowed to go back there because of something I'd said. So
They just ban every American because of you.
have you ever seen European Vacation by the Griswolds? It's kind of like that. It'd be more like that, probably.
I can see you as a Clark Griswold type character, actually, just in life. Like I could.
Well,
totally
without
see
the kids, without the kids, I don't know.
Right,
They
but
would-
do you have a cousin Eddie or anything? Do you have a?
I think I am actually the cousin Eddie. I would probably be that character. You know what I'm saying?
All right. All right. So we all have Funko Pop channels to an extent, to some extent or another. So I figured let's make it let's make it Funko related. One place you'd love to film an episode. Okay, it could be on a beach. It could be on top of the Empire State Building. It could be wherever you want it to be. Where's the one place you'd like to film an episode? Like release an episode and surprise everybody because you're at X.
Speaking of, me and Kay actually planned to do the Empire State Building this summer. So
Really?
it's funny that you mentioned it. Yeah.
Well, it's probably lost footage and it'll come out in 2025.
I know, right? Yeah. We haven't even shot it yet. So
okay. All right. Not lost footage yet then. All right, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna take because every time she comes to the city, we always talk about going and we never go. So I was like, you know what? This summer coming up, when you come back to hang out with me, we'll go. And I mean, pandemic times, it was kind of locked down, and now since then, it's like, yeah, we just haven't gone. But yeah, that would be great. So it's funny that you mentioned that because we do plan on doing it.
You want to take advantage of what's in your backyard too, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, like if we were in North Dakota, we would record a ton of episodes by Mount Rushmore just because.
Yeah,
I actually think it's South
why
Dakota,
not?
but you know what I'm saying? It's the Dakotas.
In the
right?
Dakotas, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, I wouldn't have known if he was telling the truth or not. Ask me where Mount Rushmore is. I'd have been like, I don't know, Arizona. Like, I don't know. And I live here.
You're
I'm
close.
there.
It's not that I don't just not know European geography. I don't even know my own country's geography.
Isn't that
So.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
We need to do a live that's just geography. What do you think, Vincent? You,
Listen, can I just vote for not mentioning geography in any of our lives ever again?
Fair. Okay.
You know, I'm just saying, like.
I'm not good at it.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just
I
kidding,
love
guys. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I love it.
I'm just kidding.
But let me see. A place I'd love to film. Actually, I would hope that we're gonna do one at Coney Island this year because we go every year and we don't ever do any Funko videos there. So yeah, that'd be cool. Go to Coney Island, shoot some Funko video. Like, why not? I don't have any place special I can really think of off the top of my head. Oh, Statue of Liberty. Yeah, that'd be great.
No, that would be cool.
Statue of Liberty with the Spider-Man Statue of Liberty pop. Yeah.
I was gonna say the mystery. You get in a mystery box. You get the Freddy as Statue of Liberty. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, that would be cool too. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Let's see. Who have we not led with? Barbarian. Why don't you go ahead and go next? Where would you love to, other than your bed or whatever your answer is going to be? Where would you love to film an episode?
Yeah,
Let me change the question for Barbarian. What do you want as your backdrop for an episode?
I was thinking we could. I'd love to film at Tom and Giselle's house. Oh, is it too soon for that?
You'd be all by yourself.
I'd be all by myself. No, I really do want to film in Las Vegas, and I'm looking forward to when I'm out there to do some filming. Because again, I love Las Vegas, so that would probably be something. Maybe on top of the Stratosphere. How about that? On the big shot. You're getting ready to get on the big shot. You've got a pop in your hand. And it fires you off, and most likely you freak out. Something like that. Just Funko, just.
All right, I have.
You know what I mean?
Hey, YouTube.
This sparks an inspirational idea for you, Barbarian. I'm giving it to you, Barbarian. Okay.
There we go.
Get you one of those GoPros on a hat that has with a little crane that has like a GoPro in front of your face. You know.
Yeah.
And do the whole episode while the Stratosphere is going. So you're gonna maybe undo a soda or something while you're zipping around the Stratosphere above Las Vegas. How about that?
There you go.
I've been on the Stratosphere a couple
an
times.
idea.
It's frightening. It's probably the most frightening thing I've ever done. I don't know if I want to do it again. I was much younger when I did that.
Well, just remember, if you
I
vomit,
hate heights.
If you vomit, it's good TV. Just remember that.
What if I pass out? Is that good TV?
That's also
too,
good
or?
TV.
That's good TV
As
too.
long as you produce it right. Chase, where's the place you'd love to film it at?
On the ship in Tampa Bay at Ray J Stadium. and do a Buccaneer Funko review with Brady, the GOAT, and Mike Evans. I'd take those two Funkos.
Will Giselle be there?
Do a full
There
review.
you go.
No,
Will
she's
Giselle be
gone.
there?
She's with her new boyfriend.
Most likely not. Right.
But on the pirate ship in Tampa Bay at Ray J, and do a sports Funko review. That would be just epic.
Outstanding answer as a sports guy. Thank you for that.
Dang.
That's a
Thank
great
you for that.
answer. That is a good answer.
All right, Vincent, have you gone? You haven't gone yet. Where would you like to film an episode, sir?
Wow, like I got this really cool idea, but I think I might get like arrested or chucked out of the place or something.
You have to be clothed. Please
dude,
be
we
clothed
talked
when
about
you do
this
this.
already.
But also, whatever this idea is, would also
I already
be
told you,
Close.
don't do it. Okay, I already told you. We talked about it.
So
I
I
don't think it's going
would
to fit. I don't think you're going to be able to fit it up there. Okay, so just so you know. Right.
I would love to go to Funko HQ and film a rant video about Funko.
Oh, you have a specific video in mind too.
Yeah, honestly, I would go into
Planned it out, I
Funko
think.
and I would say I wish we had this pop in Europe. Oh, I wish we had this. You know what I mean? It's like,
So it's going to be a
oh,
short.
they
It's going to
almost-
be one of those shorts, like those 5-second
You know?
shorts. Yeah, that's going to be good.
No, considering America has so much more pops than us, I think it might be like
Oh,
a
God.
multi-episode.
But
But anyway,
hours.
No, I would like
Two,
so go
three,
in
yeah.
there. And it's like I would go up to staff members. I'll get chucked out like immediately. I was like, so,
Yeah.
can you please explain to me why we don't have this pop in? Can you tell me why you monumentally screwed up the design for this pop?
And then Carl running the desk will be like, "Sir, I make $13 an hour. I have
He
no
doesn't care.
Exactly.
I don't know what you're asking for."
And then
gonna
I'll say,
shoot
Carl,
my
you're
Karen
not doing your
video.
job right. You are not.
That's exactly.
You're
how
not
I
making me
feel
feel welcome here, Carl.
when people ask me
Carl?
about the railroad and how it's run.
Do you think they have a
It's not
Funko
like-
jail? Because if they do, I think you're going to find your way.
I
to
say
it.
you storm in and ask for an application.
So this is where all the cool Funkos are. Pity we don't have one of these back home. Now, honestly, like I think that would be really ballsy, and I think that's the type of video to get a lot of
That's
views
kinda
like
cool.
this. You know,
It would.
Yeah.
That's true. It would get a lot of views.
Yeah.
And I will also say, JKL, you could have done your video this week from HQ, and that also would have got a lot of views. I think.
Yeah.
Props to you, by the way, for selling when you did. That was excellent. That was.
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna happen.
Well,
how
of
it
course
happened.
not. I'm
It
just
was
saying, like, but it's always nice to hear that the guy pulled one over on Wall
Yeah.
Street. That's just nice, So good
Right.
job.
Yeah, now you know why your Funko
One
stopped
for the
dropped.
little man.
Somebody dumped his stuff.
I wish I had
His stuff.
bought more. That's the only mistake I made. I should have bought more, but hey,
All right. Well, Miguel,
I think
where would you like to follow
Pops.
this
What's going on?
Okay.
That
He's eating
happens?
Swedish fish.
That just happened.
Swedish fish are delicious.
The Swedish
At
Fish
the
Factory.
Perfect
Okay.
HQ.
All right. Dude Perfect HQ. Okay. All right. Dude Perfect is an awesome channel if you're not checking it out.
Yeah.
I have this question comes from something that's going to happen hopefully next week. Okay.
Okay,
So
Funko Hollywood.
no, I'm not going to Funko Hollywood.
No, me.
Your answer is Funko Hollywood?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to make that happen pretty soon.
Cool.
The question comes from something that's going to happen next week, hopefully. A buddy of mine, my best friend, got approved to be a social media, cover the Artemis launch for NASA.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
And so,
Nice.
he was like one of like 12 people. It was pretty incredible that he got picked. So he went down to the Artemis launch and they scrubbed the launch,
Yo.
okay, for like a week or whatever it was. And he was able to raise enough funds while there to stay for the week and work remotely until they tried it again. And then they scrubbed it again. They had to come home. So they have set the date for Wednesday, the 16th of this month to try again. And that just so happens to be enough time to where I could have grabbed NASA astronaut sodas. So I'm going to try. I'm not going to have McGillney with me, unfortunately, but I'm going to try to do a 2 soda Wednesday
I'll be on Zoom.
from the Kennedy Space Center
Oh,
with NASA astronaut sodas. So I'm going to try to do that.
I'll
wow.
be on Zoom.
That is
Yeah.
awesome.
So hopefully it turns
Sweet.
out. If that episode doesn't surface, then the launch didn't happen.
Got scrubbed again.
Screwed up again. That's
Transition-
sweet. That would be awesome.
I mean, I just like I saw Rock and Row open them, and I was like, that looks so cool. And then I remembered, oh my God, we're going to the Artemis launch. And then so I put two and two together. I got them quick enough, and so we'll give it a shot.
Yep.
So Chase, I'll wave
how
hello
life
as
is
I drive by your town or whatever.
Yeah, just zoom on.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so the next question on the list is best way to travel: car, plane, or train.
Plane.
What is your preferred way? We'll start with McGinley because he just answered. What is it?
Plane.
And why is that?
Because it's the safest way to travel.
Okay, safest way to travel.
Also because it's
Statistically,
I know you have to pay like a lot of money,
You do?
but still,
But you get there
it's worth
faster.
it.
You get there faster.
Drop the mic.
Okay, all right, great. Vincent, what is your you have a different context because it's Europe, so you know train is a lot more accessible there. But what's your answer, sir?
Well, like it kind of like depends on the company and the trip, and like where you're going, how far, etc. Like if you've got good company and you're traveling to a con, it'll be awesome to talk about things on the way in a car, for example's sake, right? Obviously, for cons in another country, plane's going to be the smarter option. If you go on aspect of control, I'd say car. If it's not too far to travel, you can actually create your own travel plans, and you don't have to go to the travel plans of set train or plane, and you can schedule your trip the way you want to. So I'd say
JKL,
car loosely.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I thought you were done. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
JKL, you work with trains for a living. So what is your answer, sir? Car, plane, or train?
You would think I would say train, but it's actually plane. I actually wanted to be a pilot, and I did learn how to fly a plane when I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I actually flew a plane in high school when we had an aeronautics program. So I love planes. I love planes.
Okay.
Planes.
JKL is the man.
Well, we already know his name.
Thank you. I got the building's approval. I'm out. I'm done. Thank you.
Barbarian, car, plane, or train, sir? What is your preferred way to travel?
Well, my brother is a pilot, so it proves any goober can be a pilot. JKL is a train driver, so it proves any goober can do that. And I drive cars, and I'm very clever, so I would say car because I have a lot more control and less goobers. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say.
All right. Jace, you live in Florida, and therefore I would imagine it would be car. But I
would go car. I would definitely go car because the best thing about a car is you can take little side.
That's right.
Little side stops and stop and see all the cool different things instead of going from point A to point B and no way off.
But it's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
Well,
sometimes it's about
you
the
can
destination.
have somebody else drive. Then you don't have to do any of the driving. Right. And it's fun.
If you're chauffeured around, it's
make the trucks honk when you go by.
Yep.
I also prefer the car. My car is my favorite way. I mean, I love the train. Don't get me wrong, but it's hard for me to.
Nope. So cars, definitely is the way to go. All the great food, different little mom and pop shops on the way. Yeah, I like.
Kevin,
seeing
I
like a nice stop off and like get it like at restaurants and places like that.
Yeah. Oh, nothing like Cracker Barrel. Come on.
I mean,
but obviously it depends on what the destination as well.
Right. Right. It all depends on the trip and what you're doing to what's the best answer.
Oh, there we go.
There
you are. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Our connection all day has been horrible. I've had this in multiple meetings. I've had to turn my camera off, so I apologize.
It's okay.
Let's go to the next one and try to wrap this baby up so we don't have any more connection issues. Have you ever been on a cruise? And regardless of your answer, where would you want to go on a cruise to? Chase, you live in the cruise capital of the world, Florida. Where would you like to go?
I've never been on a cruise. Would never go on a cruise. Just not a fan of all the people and their
of eating and luxury. You're not a fan of eating.
I'd rather just fly there if it have to. You can't get there by car. You just fly over to Jamaica or whatever. Yeah, I'm just not a cruise guy.
Okay.
Maybe a cruise in Alaska.
You've never been on a cruise. How do you know you're not a cruise guy? I don't know.
Because I just know I would hate it. I'm stuck on this ship and there's nothing I can do.
There's lots to do on the ship.
Eat. People watch.
It's not a dinghy.
No, they got stuff. They have like concerts and bowling.
They do have a rock and roll
swimming
cruise where the
pools
bands
and-
come and there's like, I don't know, 10 or 15 bands.
They
There's
probably
rock and roll
have
cruises.
a Tampa Bay cruise. I mean, there might not be anyone on board.
Just still, I would be miserable.
But you know,
yeah, and the up and down.
Even if there was a Buccaneers cruise, like a Buccaneers fans cruise, you still
the up and down. What is it? A submarine?
Yeah.
It's a boat. You don't
Exactly.
even floating.
Seasick. You get green in the gills, man.
No, you don't get seasick on a
As
cruise.
soon as you lose
It's
sight of
also
land,
big,
I get
don't feel
sick.
it moving.
What's that, JKL? What'd you say?
I said the cruise ship is so big you don't feel it moving.
You don't feel it.
Well,
moving.
sometimes you can if it's bad
know
enough
it was
weather.
moving.
That's what
Yeah,
I've heard that,
Not
but
much.
if it's really rough, I heard you can actually,
Yeah, you can
but that still would minimize. Logic would tell me that still minimizes
The
the.
soda just slides across the table.
That's right. Then you don't have to ask for it. It'll just slide over to you. Thank you.
Just stick your hand out.
Like your own bartender, Barbarian. Have you ever been on a cruise,
Oh,
and where would you like to go if you have?
Yes, I've been on 2 cruises. I was in. I went to Bermuda for my honeymoon, and before that, and that was on Royal Caribbean, which is a great cruise line. I went on a Norwegian cruise line to the Bahamas and Virgin Islands. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that as well. And so I enjoyed Bermuda mainly because everyone spoke English and I understood what was going on. When we went to these other places, people were speaking other things and I had to shout at people, which, you know,
This is a
great.
theme.
There was almost an
Yeah, it's
incident.
ongoing
So
theme.
they almost didn't want to let me back on the boat. So
Well, that shouldn't surprise anybody.
that could be a
Oh,
problem.
God.
So, but I would love to go on a cruise to. My wife wants to go on like a European cruise, so like the Viking cruises down the rivers. So
That'd be cool.
if I was going to go to Europe, which like I'd have to have a gun to my head to be able to do that, I would be on a cruise because then I can at least eat food and I don't have to look out the window or anything like that. Interact with the other people. So yeah, I love a cruise. It's one of my favorite because you don't have to get out. Like when I'm going on a vacation, I'm always having to drive somewhere. I got to drive to get something to eat, drive to go see something, drive to do this. When you're on the cruise, you don't drive. You just get up and say, where am I going to eat now? And you go eat. And then when you're eating at the buffet, you're like, where are we going to eat in the next 10 minutes? Because 24 hours a day on a cruise, there is food available to you. It could be 2 a.m. There is food somewhere. You can smell it on that boat. So I'm like a bloodhound. I was sniffing all around.
Seasick. I'm constantly smelling food.
All right.
Probably eat
So
their pizza.
okay,
Yeah.
I eat all their pizza. Okay, so Barbarian, you're apparently a cruise veteran. 2 cruises, that counts, I guess. Are you inside cabin, balcony? What states were? What's your go-to?
The first time I was way down below, and because I was like, you're not going to spend much time in your room, and then I realized
Right.
I spent a lot of time in my room, so I was way down below, and it was like like on Titanic where all the people died. So I was down there, you know what I mean, with those people.
Spoiler alert for those who have
Spoiler
not seen
alert. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the movie,
You haven't seen Titanic. I
Look
can't.
out
It
the
was
window, see the
1912.
sand.
That was a real story.
Is there anyone here from 1912? I mean, come on. Anyway, so
Is that SpongeBob?
but the second time I got a balcony, and that was a lot nicer because you can stand on the balcony stark naked and just feel the breeze whizzing past your thing. And then I looked over, and you really
No,
can't
you
see.
cannot do that. Actually,
Once you realize that people could see you, which it was too late. But I mean, they were there. But
Hands on hips, just.
that's right. That's right. Just the wind.
I'm king of the world.
Right. That's right. So anyway, but it was.
I don't know
God.
how. I mean, I know they have Mediterranean cruises and all that stuff over in Europe, but I don't know if I don't know how the cruise game over there. But is you ever been on a
Well,
cruise?
I don't know. I've never really traveled. So the cruise, I would love. I don't know if I would trust like the thing is, I struggle to trust like man-made things. Like it's very difficult for me. If I can't control the system in some way or not. Like, can you imagine being out at sea, like in the middle of freaking oceans? It
No,
creeps me out.
I can't.
Everything, you know what I mean? So like that will be hard for me, I suppose. But like if I can get past the whole thing of it, and as you guys say, it's kind of like you're not going to feel too seasick. You're not going to really notice that you're on a cruise. I'd love to, I guess, go on a cruise. Anyway, really, since it'll be my first time, so it'll be experience regardless. I have been on a stationary cruise ship though. Back when I was I think it must have been 20 or something, like 17 years ago. I was on a station cruise ship. My stepfather was an executive chef on one of the cruise ships, and I got to take a look at the galley and all that stuff. It was really cool.
Well, we're announcing on this I keep saying podcast. I'm telling you, it's how habit, you guys. We're announcing on this show there's going to be a Pop the Chaos cruise. Not really. But maybe put that together. Maybe put that together. It's a Pop the Chaos cruise.
I was like,
I know.
All of us can.
Where would it start? Where would it end?
It would start with Chase because he's in the cruise capital of the world, Florida. So he would have to host it.
And in New York.
By
He pulls
default.
away, I jump off.
Let's see. Actually, aren't there cruises that come up to New York? There is, right? There's like the northeastern cruises or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go from Chase to JKL. That's gonna be the cruise. We'll pass by Barbarian's house, we'll wave, and then
I'll be waving as well. Not all my fingers, but I will wave.
You'll be like,
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. That's the finger he made.
Yeah, that's the finger. There you go.
Maybe.
That's the finger.
Thumbs up, guys.
I've never been on a cruise before. Obviously, McGillney hasn't either, but we would choose Alaska just because it goes back to Alaska because we've done when we were there the 2 times. My wife and I drove everywhere, and it's a really cool way to see the state. Well, we haven't done the cruise side of it yet. We've only done like one. We did a 4-hour day cruise in Seward, Alaska, and then we did 2 hours in in Juneau. Thank you. In Juneau, and we did a whale watching tour there. But that's not what I mean. I mean like a cruise ship, like a floating city. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
And so we haven't done that yet, and so we'd really like to go there. So it'd be really neat. But I think we should get the Pop the Chaos cruise going. It'd be really neat if we all met up and like did videos on the cruise. It'd be kind of cool. I think.
Yep.
hey, YouTube.
We thank everybody for joining us again. We're gonna hop off here because my connection's horrible and I'm hosting the live and I feel embarrassed about it. So, so I want to thank everybody for being here. Thank you for click that like button on your way out, please. And if you have any answers to our questions, even in the after, you playing it afterwards, please give us a comment below. Really appreciate it. Go subscribe to all these guys. They're all tremendous. And we just want to give a shout out to Lass, who announced she's going to close her channel, and she did that on YouTube about an hour ago or so. And so we just want to say we love you, Lass, and we hope everything's going to be okay. You're welcome to join us anytime.
Yes,
absolutely.
Also, do it to JKL.
Oh yes, he's doing it. He's doing. Yeah, there you go. See, you nailed it. Look at that. Have a good night, guys. Thank you very much. Oh,
you got to push the button.
I know. Hold on.
Bye.
Is it right here?
It's been a while. It's been a while for you.